Uganda has registered efforts towards achieving development outcomes, fostering stability, and moving towards a more inclusive democratic system of governance. There are, however, considerable challenges with regard to the quality of health, education, and other vital services not being available or accessible. It's against this backdrop that the Democratic Governance Facility, DGF, supported projects and activities across the country that have made a real difference in the lives of Ugandans through improving their engagement in decision-making processes. The DGF, under its second program phase, was supported by Austria, Denmark, European Union, Ireland, the Netherlands, Norway, and Sweden. These development partners came together as a basket fund to support the strengthening of democratization, protect human rights, improve access to justice, and enhance accountability in Uganda.
DGF supported the Africa Leadership Institute to implement a project entitled Parliamentary Performance Scorecard and Civic Engagement Project. We wanted to see on one side, on the supply side of democracy, a parliament which is accountable and responsive to the aspirations of the people, while on the other side, the demand side of democracy, we wanted to see citizens who are active and informed and are able to hold their MPs accountable.
Through DGF partnership with CSBAG, we have been able to work on improving the ability of the citizen of Uganda to shape the way national resources are mobilized, the way national resources are allocated and utilized.
Under the thematic area of citizen engagement, DGF supported state and non-state actors to implement actions that empower the citizenry to effectively take part in decision-making. DGF was able to support numerous learning platforms across the country that empowered more than 1,800,000 rights holders to engage and to promote accountability.
The DGF funded our Local Government Council Scorecard initiative, which seeks to strengthen the performance of local governments. And through this funding, we've seen the improvement in terms of performance of local governments, especially the performance of the councils. Would produce a scorecard, a national census report, which would launch in Kampala at high level, and these people would be given rewards for being best performers.
I have to testify that for the time the scorecard has been around, I have not gone beyond the third position. I had my brother Mapenduzi, now member of parliament, and we used to move neck to neck. If I lead this year, the following year he leads.
And that caused that competition then translated into improved performance of local governments in terms of service delivery to the citizens.
It has done wonders. Actually, for him, he's already in parliament as a result of the scorecard. Like I tell you, for me, I'm already chairperson, president of Uganda Local Government Association as a result of the publicity I got from the scorecard initiative. And to me, this was a very, very good practice that enabled us to move as a team.
I want to say that in CEGED sub-region, when it comes to issues of elections, they made sure that the leaders who were performing are the people who were made to come back. And out of the 9 MPs in CEGED sub-region, only 1 came back. That shows how proactive the citizens are. And during the campaigns or the rallies, they would ask pertinent issues about the MPs. You are supposed to do this. Why haven't you done this? And they failed, and eventually they didn't get the votes.
During the second 5-year phase, DGF supported over 5,000 public forums to facilitate interactions between citizens and state representatives. Through these forums, more than 6,000 concerns and issues raised by citizens were taken on board by the elected representatives.
We saw many women, youth, and men who had never participated in government spaces such as the budget conference have the confidence not only to sit in such meetings that are very intimidating for an ordinary person, but also to raise their voice.
We focused on strengthening collaboration between the consumers of services and the service providers, in that case the duty bearers. As we talk in the committees of intervention, there's a relative improvement of meaningful engagement between the citizens and the leaders and the citizenry.
Sometimes leaders underestimate problems. In one of the districts in Wundubujo, in a sub-county called Usaru, management of the health center too closed the facility. The reason was the entrance door has been eaten by termites, and they used that excuse to close the entire facility.
Very many people were complaining, even patients, because there was no service being rendered to them. And they were very sick. Others, we could get them sleeping outside when the door was closed.
That health center too was serving around over 200 households.
Most of them, they normally complain that they used it to suffer, going to Nyauka, going to Kisuba. Even others could suffer and others could die because of the health facilities being very far.
We as the change agents, we got a message that the community is suffering, and we went and sat down, wrote a petition through leaders like the chairman LOC3, Usaru Sub-County.
So immediately within a day, funds were allocated, everything was reworked, and the facility was reopened.
This health center is now operating. They are now getting the what? The services.
For us, the ability of these people to use that knowledge to cause change, especially change that benefits the entire community, is something we thank this funding for.
The DGF2 program has registered significant progress towards increasing citizen participation to demand for better services, as well as the duty bearers' positive responses towards those demands, which has resulted in improved healthcare, quality of education, and demand for good governance.
The school has more than 700 pupils. It had very few desks where we could find some of the children seated on the floor without desks. KRC as an organization came in to empower us as community change agents. We came and engaged the leaders by developing an issues paper, trying to show the real pictures of children seated on the floor, where they also acted and allocated more funds to see that this school gets some desks.
By then we had another challenge of latrines. We had only 5 stances the whole school. An enrollment of 700 were sharing 5 stances. The staff and children were struggling for the available stances. But at least now, after the intervention of KRC, we have separate stances for the staff, then separate stances for the children.
The different interventions implemented by the DGF partners have made direct contribution to the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals, as well as Uganda's democratic governance and development goals stated in the 1995 Constitution.
For me, seeing activism on the part of people in the rural areas engaging in service delivery was a great contribution by this fund.
Because of the support from DGF, we have now a Sabine community which is very active, it is very engaging.
Our participation with the local leadership structures helped the local governments to appreciate that the interventions by the DGF were not meant to contradict, but instead complement government efforts in delivery of services.
Creating a basket avoided duplication, and it gave a fair way of different organizations accessing funding depending on their innovations that contribute to the development of Uganda.
The vision of DGF2 resonates strongly with Uganda's national priorities and commitments as stated in Uganda's Vision 2040 and the National Development Plan.
I want to assure you that as a result of the scorecard initiative, it was pushed to a level where I am today. Our brothers elsewhere have been pushed to the levels where they are today, and we wish to see a continuation of the same. It has been a magic bullet in the local governments, especially those that have been assessed.
They trained us, and by then we cannot even fear to say something. When we look at something which is wrong, we come up and say, please, this is wrong.
Our children are now enjoying that free environment. The learning environment has greatly improved and is now friendly.
The 7 DGF development partners are proud to have supported state and non-state partners to collectively work towards the shared vision of a Uganda where citizens are empowered to engage in democratic governance and the state upholds citizens' rights.